This is how I see the US as a German. Oh god, I'm seeing peculiar shapes straight away. This is never a good sign. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Wait, hold on. He might be telling the truth here. Is Diary of a Wimpy Kid actually set in Montana? Are you telling me the Dutton family could have been infected with the cheese touch? That would have made a great episode. We got to start off with an early fact check here because I refuse to believe that. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid series is set in a fictional town called Plainview. Wait, hold on. Plainview? Plainview, Texas? Oh wait, no. It's speculated that he lives in Massachusetts. Yeah, that would make more sense. California and Oregon, he's labelled as Los Santos, Tupac and Arnie. Not sure who Arnie is. I know the other two though. Breaking Bad. Yep, the meth empire that's famous for being in New Mexico and the Czech Republic. One of the strangest empires of all time. King of the Hill. No clue what that is. Slipknot, Iowa. That's quite literally not where Iowa is, but okay. GTA 6 being South America. Him labelling New York in one of the places where New York doesn't quite exist. This is not a good representation for the people of Germany. This map should show its full name. The Gulf of Bothnia and Herzegovina. You know what's crazy? I didn't even have to put on the list there. I mean, it just sounds like the cartographer was Mike Tyson. 10 out of 10 use of Photoshop, I'll tell you that. Proof that the Earth is flat. Wait, you can see Mount Everest all the way from Paris? Oh, well, I never knew that. And you can tell it's Mount Everest as well because of the whiteness on top of it. That normally happens when a mountain is exposed to air. I believe Gen Z call it rusting nowadays. Map of wimps who can't sleep without a nightlight. Hey, there's nothing wrong with sleeping with a nightlight. Sleeping with a nightlight, your chances of becoming a victim of crime are way lower. Everyone knows it. Chances of being murdered with a nightlight on, 0. Chances of being robbed when you've got a nightlight on, basically 0. Chances of being a victim to a pyramid scheme when you've got a nightlight on, 1%. You'd be surprised. People try it. Crazy that the left side doesn't have as many nightlights as the right side. Is that like a cultural thing? Countries that start with the letter I are all in a straight line. We are not doing this again, man. No. It's a flawed strategy. It never works. It's like making a ham sandwich and being surprised there's ham in it. I don't know if I've used that analogy before, but it's so good I'm going to use it again. Why don't they fill up the Bosphorus Strait? People won't have to deal with the bridges. I mean, it's really hard to find the stupidity in this. He raises a really good point. Sure, the Black Sea won't technically be a sea anymore, but was it ever a sea in the first place? And technically, if we did do this, then that would mean that Europe and Asia just become completely one. It would be like destroying the Berlin Wall, but instead of destroying something, we're actually kind of mending something. Why is there no bridge between Sri Lanka and India? Are they stupid? I'm telling you now, this subreddit's becoming way too intelligent because they raised a really good point. Why is there no bridge? I mean, look at that, man. The foundations are already there. Matter of fact, I think it's already doable. If you place a Texan here, gave him a Ford 1F50 and a can of Red Bull, he would get straight across. And there's no doubt in my mind. Why is no one talking about rebalding happening in Africa? Because it's rude to bring up people's flaws, maybe? Sick bastard. Listen, it happens to everyone at some point, whether you're a country, continent, state, person, a cat owned by a woman who lives in Palo Alto. You're gonna be bald at some point, and there's nothing you can do about it. Obesity epidemic in the US. This may single-handedly be the greatest graphic I've seen on this. Somewhere out there, a health magazine executive has just put their fist through a desk because their company didn't think of this first. I mean, transforming Alaska into a burger? Why didn't I think of that? How big was the Soviet Union actually? Every day we figure out a new unit of measurement. Telling me we're using 2 ham sandwiches now? What even is this, man? The Roman Empire, fair enough, wasn't the biggest empire, so it's definitely plausible. Ottoman Empire, Jupiter, which is famously known for being bigger than the Earth. A German tank. A tank that big? Don't you think that would hurt someone? And then we got another Soviet Union, which now that I think about it, doesn't even make sense. I don't know, man. I feel like this has got to be fact checked. I've eaten a ham sandwich in the past before. Trust me, There's been times where I feel like I might not even be able to finish it. That's how big they are. How I see Europe. I honestly think you should have to have a welfare check before you open up Photoshop. And I'm talking for every single person on this planet. I don't even know where to begin. I'm seeing remnants of Iceland right here, and not to mention you split it into 2 countries. I see Crimea, kind of. Everything's sunshine and rainbows on the Faroe Islands, which says a lot, because that place never normally has sunshine or rainbows. And they make the UK look like the Algarve, you know? Can almost make out Sweden and Norway and Finland. Italy's got a leg fracture. I think the real winners in this whole situation have got to be Bosnia. Yeah, they can finally go for a swim. You know what? They deserve it. Main causes of death in every European country. Dying. Death from dying. Yeah. That's happened to a few people I know. Doesn't seem like the government cares to do anything about it though, so we can only expect more of it in the future. Turkish government's recent proposal for 5 new canals on Istanbul and East Thrace. Thrace? Do we still use that term? You know what? Matter of fact, why don't we just make the whole of Turkey an archipelago? We're just gonna do stupid things like this. I mean, look at Greece before and after. Tourism skyrocketed for them when they decided to cut the country up into tiny pieces. And not to mention, you could host some unreal tournaments here. 5 cargo boats all placed sideways in these canals. The first one to dislodge theirs gets a bottle of Grey Goose. Why is there no bridge between Italy and Poland? What is everyone's obsession with bridges? What is it? I don't understand. Why does everywhere need a bridge? You know what? Ever since all those planes started crashing, I've seen so many ideas for bridges. And to be honest, can I blame them? Not really. What is that micronation in between Germany and Belgium? Isn't 2 Luxembourgs a bit overkill? Why is UK raining? Honestly, mate, tell me about it. It's bloody summer right now and it's still raining. And then somehow, it'll stop raining for like 2 weeks and we ran out of water. I mean, how is that even possible? We're an island. We're surrounded by it. I don't care if it's got a bit of salt in it, okay? Matter of fact, that's actually good for your body. Gives you electrolytes, you know? Why is there no bridge between Iceland and Turkey? Thank you all for watching.